Bonjour, mes amis. Do you know why 14th July is such a big day for the French peoples? The day is called Bastille Day and it is celebrated on 14th on July every year in France. In this video, we are going to learn about the same festival, or we can say the national festival of France, why it is celebrated, how it is celebrated, what significance it has itself. Okay, so what is Bastille Day? On 14th of July, every year the French people celebrate it and they call it La Fête Nationale or Le 14 Juillet. Le 14 Juillet means 14th July, La Fête Nationale means National Festival of France. It is same like the we Indians celebrate Independence Day on 15th of August, as it has our historical significance. Same as the after French Revolution, this event happens and make it very important day and have a very important significant historical event. Okay, so if we go into history, we know that the French society was differentiated into three groups: the noble group, clergy group, and the third group. Noble group was the people who are belonging from the king or the kingdom itself. The clergy group, pupils from church, or they introduce themselves as they are the messengers of God. And the third group, which is called as third estate, they are the common people like farmers, workers, and merchants. Here, the very different thing was that the noble group and clergy group, they have privilege to not to pay tax, but the all tax and revenues were collected by them from the third estate. Also, at the same time, France was facing an economic crisis. At that time, the king was Louis XVI. He spent all his money building a huge palace for his queen in Paris. Because of this, and due to some other reasons also, France has no money left. So the king started to collecting money from the third estate as taxes. This made peoples angry. This anger led to unity and they formed a group called the National Assembly to fight for their right. So, friends, when the National Assembly was formed, the people went to the palace in front of the king and they asked for their rights. But the people means that clergy group and the nobles didn't accepted that national assembly, and they asked for the legality and authority for that assembly. Also, the king and the noble, they didn't accept. Even they sent some soldiers to break that assembly and stop the people, but something surprising happened. Some soldiers joined the people instead of stopping them, and on 14th July 1789, the soldiers marched to Bastille. So, what was Bastille? Bastille was a prison in Paris. When someone is punished by king, he was present in Bastille in Paris only. So it has a historical significance, like it was symbol of king's power and cruelty. At that time, people say, some literature book says that only 7 prisoners at that time inside the prison, but the people, the National Assembly group, was not behind that 7 peoples. Instead of that, they wanted to show that the king's rule was over. So when the people destroyed Bastille, it meant no more fear, no more kingship. The power belongs to the people, and as the people holds the power, they celebrate it as their unity, celebrate it as their federation. So this festival comes like this, and on 14th July, the Bastille Day is celebrated on the attack of Bastille prison. So this is clear. Okay, so we have gave another name, the fifth leather federation, because it leads to a federation, or it makes a national festival where people celebrate their unity, not for any religion, not for any political reason, but for their unity, for their intention, for their freedom. Okay, and this stands for the liberty, equality, and fraternity, the three main values of French Revolution. People celebrate it in military parade, especially in Champs-Élysées, in Paris, and they went to a long parade like they they stand below the Eiffel Tower and celebrate their whole day. If you want to go on that day, you have to reach at the lunchtime because the spot is no more left up to the evening. Firework and dance concert, and people proudly wave the French flag. Also, for the first time, United States of America wave their flag for the first time in any other nation or in any other country. So, friends, this was all about the Bastille Day. Also, I want to conclude my complete video as Bastille Day is not just a celebration, it is a reminder that people can bring change when they stand together. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.